Yo guys, it's Haunting Lime, and today I'll be featuring a video that Shrady himself will be proud of. It's a triple focus, okay, doesn't do that. Triple Focus Blast team. So before I get started guys, the best way to support the channel is by liking the video, subscribing if you do like the content that you see, and also just, sharing the video if you can. So guys, again, the team I'll be featuring today is a triple Focus Blast team featuring Hypno, Registeel, and Gengar. So guys, this team is basically in tribute of Shrady, and if you do like what you see guys, please like the video, and let's get on with the actual games.
Are you recording, Pretty Dog? That was disgusting.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you.
Yo guys, it's Haunting Lime again, welcome back. And like I said, today I'll be featuring a team of Hypno with Focus Blast and Registeel with Focus Blast, as well as a Gengar with Focus Blast. So you're going to see my first 5 games where this is my expectations building this team, thinking that everything goes super well, and it actually performs really well. But I pretty much win lead most of the games, and Hypno I think is phenomenal this season, especially with Confusion, the Poison update. Hypno is going to do some damage, and this is because obviously it's a meme team for the man himself Shrady, or in tribute to the man himself Shrady. I'm going to try and Focus Blast as many things as I can, even this Cresselia. So later on in the video, like initially I was like, you know what, I should conserve my energy and do as much damage as possible. Then I was like, you know what, allow this, man. This is basically all about the Focus Blast. So I'm going to Focus Blast this Cresselia and see how much damage it does. My opponent shields, thinking it's going to be a Shadow Ball, so that was wasted energy. But guys, the reason why I'm showcasing Focus Blast is because it's actually been updated with the recent updates. So having a base damage from 140 going all the way back to 150 like it used to be actually allows Hypno to be even stronger than it was before. Hypno with Focus Blast was already amazing because it surprised the Bastidons, the G-Fists that were running around, and it makes the Hypno Double Dark team super good. And Registeel having Focus Blast with increased damage makes it more viable. The only bad thing about Registeel that is like pre-Registeel is actually doesn't have the same energy requirement for Focus Blast. It's still the same, as in it's still higher than it should be. Before it was a little less, therefore Focus Blast was really OP because it did so much damage. So pairing Focus Blast up with Gengar gives you that surprise nuke move that you need. Gengar with the Shadow Ball is pretty OP anyway, but having access to stuff like Focus Blast really like demolishes these steel types that you're going to see. And Smash takes out the G-Fist straight away, and my opponent basically has nothing else he can do from there. And you're going to see quite a lot of Focus Blast being put through, and my opponent's basically not recognizing the skill of Focus Blast from yours truly. And up against a pretty decent lead in the Alolan Ninetales, and this one actually has Charm, so not great, but I want to basically get this Alolan Ninetales in the place where I can actually soften it up and then come in with my Gengar, because obviously Gengar will take reduced damage with the poison typing that it has, and Charm Ninetales takes forever to get to his energy, so I'm going to wait for it to throw his first charge move, play the game properly even though I'm playing a meme team. So I take that Weather Ball like a champ. Hypno is super bulky. This team has quite a lot of bulk. Gengar being not the bulkiest Pokemon, but obviously you can spam Shadow Calls quite quickly. And here I was in the range where I can just Shadow Punch it down. My opponent actually brings out a Politoed. So I was going to go for the Focus Blast, and I really should have. Should have shielded once, gone for Focus Blast, but I chickened out and I wanted to do as much damage as possible. I CMP with my opponent, obviously they're on the 4 Mudshot, and here I was thinking, I should shield this and do as much damage as possible because Politoed is going to wreck my team in the back. Registeel has a decent matchup against it, but it's just going to spam the so-called Weather Balls or the Earthquakes. I don't really want to keep it alive. This forces my opponent to use his second shield, which is great because now I can just come in with Hypno and take it out. And Hypno will actually get to it's just 2 creatures down, whereas before it would have been too healthy. My opponent actually has a Medicham in the back. This isn't great. I am able to get to. I was trying to get to the Focus Blast for the memes, but I was able to get to the Thunder Punch, and last shield is taken by my opponent. And I was able to still build up to 1 extra Thunder Punch just in case I need it in the back. But because my opponent doesn't have access to Power Punch, this matchup is a breeze for Registeel because Registeel is a super tank. He's super bulky, and even 2 Flash Cans are enough to take out an XL Medicham. So the first one obviously goes through, does quite a lot of damage, and this next one isn't going to be enough to take me out. And the thing about Registeel is because it's so tanky, my opponent, even though he's using a counter user that has stab, he has to go through, he has to counter down me, he has to counter a lot to get to taking me out. And obviously Registeel can take the Psychic, which is resisted, and can take the Ice Punch, which is resisted, and Registeel is Medicham counter confirmed. So guys, that was the game, that was game number 1. Obviously Focus Blast quite a few different things, but that's not game number 1, that's game number 2 we're talking about. So guys, up to game number 3 I believe. This is the matchup we want to see. Not really, but because you have Focus Blast, there's nothing to worry about. You know, just keep building up the energy. Your opponent's most likely thinking, let's throw a Shadow Ball. Not many Hypnos run Focus Blast unless it's the Hypno Double Dark team, but people forget because that was a team that was common in last season. And really, the only person that really runs that team is Vergiwerg because it's popularized it, and obviously he's really good with it as well. But not many people are using it because Charmers were very common in the last season, but now the season's changed quite a bit. The meta is still defining itself, and people don't know what to run at the time. So the Focus Blast went through, smashed my opponent to pieces. You know, now up against the Swampert, I'm shielding here because I want to force my opponent to basically force my opponent to lose a lot more health, because this Swampert can destroy the rest of my team. And now because I've used both my shields, I'm trying to outpace it to the next Hydro Cannon. I'm able to get to the Shadow Claw. Obviously this will get the shield, which is totally fine. Swampert is in that range now where Hypno can actually do quite a lot of damage. Still can't take it out with my Registeel because Registeel is pretty much dead. But thankfully, I'm actually able to farm down the Swampert. So Swampert had no energy to throw, and here I should have really built up to the Focus Blast again. So do myself some disservice by not actually going for the Focus Blast. But because I already know this is a winning matchup, I was actually unable to get the last Thunder Punch, so I was just trying to win the matchup anyway. But guys, like I said, I'm going to go for the Focus Blast now anyway. Here, this is going to get the shield. Flash Cannon still does quite a lot of damage to Skarmory. Skarmory is a really strong pick this meta. I think the Skarmory and Swampert core is going to be really vital in this so-called Poison season. And now here comes the Focus Blast. Is going to go through? I thought my opponent might actually surrender before this, but let's see. Is it going to take it out? Smash! No, it actually gets the shield. My opponent's got a shield left anyway, but like I said, Registeel has such a conquering matchup against Skarmory that it's pretty unfair even. But you know, Brave Bird still does quite a bit of damage, so had my opponent played that a little carefully, he could have had a chance to win, but obviously he doesn't want to decrease his defenses. So yeah, off to a pretty solid win streak with the team. And again, this is a meme team, and I'm putting all the right leads here. So Hypno into a Machamp is probably the perfect lead, and my opponent comes out with the Cresselia, and obviously Registeel is a massive wall for Cresselia. Obviously it can do quite a bit of damage with the Grass Knots. They do add up over time, and I'm trying to go into this game with a lot of energy, or as much energy as possible, overcharged on my Registeel, so I can at least threaten to throw something at the Machamp when it comes back in. But yeah, Registeel, massive wall for this Cresselia. Cresselia can't do anything. Even Future Sight is resisted. You know, Moon Blast is resisted as well as Grass Knot. So here, I'm going to try and farm it down, but you can't farm down a Cresselia from that much health. Cresselia is super bulky. And lock on does so little damage. And look, I'm going to try it. I'm actually going to do it. My opponent, but this actually works out in my favor anyway, because I want my opponent to get me as low as possible, because that way my opponent can't farm too much off me. My opponent actually had Future Sight, so I've started seeing a trend of some Cresselias running Future Sight. Normally it's Moonblast, so maybe the Future Sight is to help with the poison typing that's increased in the meta. So here I go for the Focus Blast Smash, but no, it gets a shield, which I knew would get a shield, but because obviously I have Hypno, it's a pretty done deal. And here I bring in my Gengar, because Gengar is going to be able to spam out moves, and I have got a shield advantage. Whatever this is, I can shield, and the second one I can shield too. Gengar's going to just claw away at this Swampert. My opponent already knows, and he surrenders because he doesn't want to get those smashes in the face with a Focus Blast, basically. So yeah, guys, I'm not recommending this team, but I will recommend Registeel to be used in teams. Registeel is basically back this season. What a lead into another Machamp, a Shadow Machamp, and Hypno goes to town. My opponent pretty much just surrendered there. He already knew what the game was like, but he's not giving up. He's going to try and go for everything he can. So my opponent comes out with his own Hypno, and yeah, he's already given up. So what we're going to do, I'm going to Focus Blast this Hypno, because this is a Focus Blast video showcasing how strong an OP Focus Blast is, even against a Hypno. And how much damage will it do? How much damage will this Focus Blast do? Come on, show me. Smash! And yeah, yeah, it is quite a bit. But because my opponent's already surrendered, I'm just going to bring in my Gengar and clean up, because Gengar's Shadow Claws are going to do more damage, whereas Confusions are resisted, and yeah, the animation time is so long. I don't want to be here all day. I've got things to do, and you got things to do as well. My opponent comes out with this Wigglytuff, and now we're going to see how much this Focus Blast is. Overcharged for some reason, but I had no idea a neutral damage Focus Blast would do so much damage, and let's see how much it's gonna do. Come on, show me. All right, smash takes out the Wigglytuff in like 1 KO basically. And you can see, I mean, Gengar is already OP. It has such a high attack stat that a Focus Blast does a lot of damage to anything, even with neutral damage. But I didn't think it'd basically KO a full health Wigglytuff. Maybe, yeah. This is, guys, where my dream comes to an end. Going 5-0 in the first set with the meme team, and now showing the real scenario of this team and how it's not a great team to be used together. With a great lead, actually, because Thunder Punch will do quite a bit of damage against the Azumarill, and if my opponent doesn't have Hydro Pump, this is actually even better matchup, because Hydro Pump does a bit more damage compared to the Play Rough, but Play Rough is pretty good too. It does quite a lot of damage, but this is the only win you're going to see me get with this second set of battles, because like I said, this team isn't great. It looks alright in paper, but because there's so many dark types in the meta at the moment, like Sableye destroys my team, man. Sableye is pretty much everywhere. Like, please, Sableye, get the hell out of my team, man. Get away from my team, because you just destroy it completely. It has such a great matchup against Registeel too, because lock-ons don't do shit to Sableye. Like, please, Sableye, you're such a great pick or save swap for the current season, and Jellicent is a really good pick as well for the current season. And again, Jellicent has a pretty good matchup against my team. I want to actually have the Gengar as well, so yeah, guys, sorry, I'm not sure what happened with my video, but I had to pause it. But yeah, Obstagoon is a massive threat for my team, because obviously Hypno had to let it go. I had to go for the Focus Blast. That was my only chance of winning, and maybe I should just go for the Focus Blast here, because my opponent let it go through. But yeah, this Obstagoon is going to totally wreck my team, and he's only got Night Slash by the looks of it. He's not got Cross Chop, so I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I got a chance, but Lock On just has no damage at all. So I'm gonna have to use both my shields on this Gengar, and Gengar obviously will have to try his best to Shadow Claw this Obstagoon down. But my opponent actually has a Nidoqueen in the back, and Nidoqueen can be problematic because it has Earth Power, and obviously the Poison Jab won't do too much damage. I'm expecting the Poison Fang. Thankfully, no damage at all. But I bring in the Hypno just to kind of do some more chip damage, and then get up to 2 Poison Fangs, sorry, no, to get up to 2 Shadow Punches. So the first one will take it out, because Shadow Nidoqueen is pretty glassy, and the next one obviously now is ready for whatever comes in next. My opponent actually has a Golbat in the back. This is where Shadow Ball would have been amazing to have, but because I don't have Shadow Ball, this is going to be really, really tricky. And my opponent still always has a shield, and yeah, it's doing quite a lot of damage. Ring Attack is doing quite a lot of damage, and my opponent still has quite a lot of health, and Poison Fang isn't going to do much damage, but he catches on his Obstagoon. So I've wasted all this energy. If I had the 2 Shadow Balls, that would have been more than enough to take it out, but in this instance my opponent still has enough health where Shadow Claw isn't enough to take out the Obstagoon, and we both simultaneously KO each other. So well played to my opponent, and yeah, things just keep on getting worse for me. Defense Deoxys is not a bad lead actually, because the counters are resisted. Hypno obviously being really bulky, but yeah, the thing about counters is that it just hits so much quicker. Confusion is a great fast move, but it's so slow, and it's one of the weaknesses of the fast move in terms of the turns. 4 turns is a long time. That's one of the reasons why I hate Incinerate. But I thought this I baited the Shadow Ball there because I thought it'll do some, I'll get the shield. I got the shield, but Thunder Punch doesn't really do much damage. That's one of the reasons why Shadow Ball Hypno is quite good. So obviously I want to wait until my opponent throws a move and then switch into my Gengar, because I want to get ahead on some energy on Gengar. And this next Thunder Punch goes through, but again, it's not doing anything to this Defense Deoxys. So that's one of the reasons why I hate Defense Deoxys, because it's so bulky, man. It pisses me off. Here I'm expecting the Psycho Boost. It's actually a Thunderbolt, so my opponent does waste quite a lot of energy. I do successfully shield that, but yeah. Here it is, guys. I'm gonna go for. I want to shield this because I can't really survive anything. Actually, I don't want to shield it. I know I can survive a rock slide, so I'm banking on my opponent not shielding because I didn't shield. So I'm going for it, guys. I'm going for the Focus Blast. If I can get this through, there's a chance of winning. But smash! Nah, it doesn't go through. It gets shielded. Like I said, my luck isn't really favored. People do obviously expect a Focus Blast on Gengar because Gengar can't have it, and obviously my opponent might think it's a Shadow Ball. The thing is, when you charge so much energy, your opponent is likely to shield. And here I bring in the Hypno because yeah, it's the I don't want to bring in my Registeel to a loaded Stunfisk, and who's it, Stunfix, but yeah. Here I have the shield. The shield will help me obviously not be taken out by the Earthquake. Registeel is very tanky though, so the Earthquake won't take me out. But my opponent still has a Defense Deoxys in the back, so this isn't looking good. This my opponent brings out his Azumarill. Thankfully I didn't actually throw my Focus Blast on the Azumarill, and for some reason I don't really count this correctly. So I do have a flash cannon. You guys forgive me to take a break from my previous recording to now, and my opponent this Hydro Pump is not only a Hydro Pump, shouldn't take me out. It's actually a play rough, so I have energy built right here on the flash cannon, and I go for it, and I was expecting this to KO, but for some reason it doesn't do that much damage. I'm not sure if I actually takes it out. So my opponent still has the Stunfisk, but I thought I might be ahead in energy, or I might actually outpace my opponent here. Maybe if I just did a bit more farm, I would outpace my opponent to a second Earthquake, but sadly I was mistaken and I get taken out even in Hypno. So couldn't maximize my energy there before taking out the Azumarill. Kind of cost me the game, but yeah, his team was super bulky. Defense Deoxys, Stunfisk, and Azumarill is a really annoying, BBL team. Basically BBL line, yeah. So onto a pretty decent lead. Obviously the confusions are resisted from Sympoleon. You don't really see Sympoleon in the lead, so these Thunder Punches are going to do quite a lot of damage. My opponent switches out into Mandibuzz. So another weakness to this team is Mandibuzz. So like I said, anything dark really destroys my team. So Sableye can really hurt my team. What's his name? Scrafty can really hurt my team, and also Mandibuzz also hurts my team. Umbreon also hurts my team. So my team is double weak to dark. That's one of the reasons why it loses. Even having 3 Focus Blast users, my team is still weak to dark. So I'm going to take this L like a champ. But I am going for it. The reason why I bring in Registeel is because it has the best matchup obviously against Mandibuzz. And look at this smash Focus Blast. Still doesn't even do half his health. Mandibuzz is so thick that a Focus Blast, even with the boosted damage, still barely does that much damage to it. Yes, it does chip away quite a lot. I think I need to do about 3 Focus Blasts to take out the Mandibuzz. I'm not sure if, I think Flash Cannon is probably more energy efficient in this matchup. So that's one of the things I've learned going in the future. Flash Cannon is probably the better move to do. So I think overall you get more damage out of it. So obviously the Mandibuzz is in KO range, so I can't really test out that theory. But I think because obviously it's stab, it does more damage. And here I do switch out. Maybe I shouldn't have switched out because my opponent has his Empoleon and I don't get farm down from my Registeel. So here I know I can beat my opponent, and he actually catches the Thunder Punch on his Pokemon. So great switch by my opponent. Let's see what he brings in. He brings out a Alolan Ninetales. So Alolan Ninetales with Charm. So because I'm shieldless, this Gengar has really a difficult time. And you don't see this often, but this Alolan Ninetales is actually going to take out a Registeel because it's already fairly low. It could actually charm me down if I really wanted to. But the Weather Ball will take me out. And now I'm thinking that okay, maybe I can take Ninetales out. Take it out, I can take it out. Shadow Claw does so much damage, and I've built up to 2 Shadow Punches. Obviously my opponent has 2 shields, he will shield everything anyway, so my win condition was getting Ninetales KO'd by Shadow Claws, but my opponent obviously outlived by 1 HP and was able to take me out. So unlucky for me, lost that game. I think this is the last game. So yeah, 1 win for that set. So expectations, things always seem to be good, and the reality kicks in that this team is basically a joke and shouldn't be used. But again, this is a team dedicated for all the Shrady fanboys out there, and also Shrady himself. He's a great content creator, and when I made this team I was thinking about him and his iconic Focus Blast memes. But yeah, it's fun to use. I really enjoy using this team. It's a shame it doesn't work in the current meta because dark types are everywhere. Obviously the so-called poison types being everywhere makes dark types a lot better. And obviously dark types don't really have to be threatened by the Charmers anymore as much, because most of the Charmers, even the Zumo, takes a lot of damage from Nidoqueen and stuff. So I take another L there, thinking I can, survive the Moonblast or the Grass Knot. My opponent actually is running Future Sight. Like, this is one thing I've learned. People are starting to run Future Sight now on their Cresselias because it's probably the better move against all the poison types, and my Gengar takes the L. And it does quite a bit of damage actually against this Registeel, so yeah, Cresselia, you got me. I tasted the smoke there. Pretty much my own fault for not expecting the Future Sight and just kind of predicting that yes, I caught this. I've caught the Grass Knot or the Moonblast. My opponent has a Politoed and it's pretty much GG. Politoed is super thick. Even though I'll get off this Focus Blast smash, but it's still bulky enough. So I've got 2 shields. It's a shadow Politoed as well, and it took that Focus Blast like a champ. Thankfully, I've got a back-to-back Thunder Punch, so this should basically be enough to take it out. The first one gets the shield, second one should take it out, I believe, if we let it go through. I don't think he's got a second shield left. I really should be counting or looking at my thingy. Gets a second shield, so now I know I can't outpace my opponent to a next Thunder Punch, so I do take the Weather Ball here, and my opponent does thankfully trap, but then it comes out on Mandibuzz. Like I said, Mandibuzz is problematic for the team because I couldn't even outpace it to a Thunder Punch. Had I got the Thunder Punch off, I would have had a better chance, and at this point my Registeel is already half health. I can only take 2 foul plays, and like I said, I kind of didn't learn my lesson up until before. I think Flash Cannon definitely is a lot more effective in terms of energy. I tried it out here. Obviously, I know that I'm not actually running Shadow Ball, which is spicy actually. I've actually trained my Mandibuzz to have Shadow Ball too, for the increased ghost types. I mean, you have Foul Play. Shadow Ball is just more neutral against Zumos. It's one of the reasons why I'm running Shadow Ball sort of Aerial Ace, just does more damage. But yeah, 2 Shadow Balls enough to take me out. My opponent had loads and loads of farm. Mandibuzz, is super bulky and can take out some damage. So yeah, but unable to go any more than 1 win, that said. But guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked my Focus Blast feature. Definitely is a viable move, especially with Gengar, Hypno, and Registeel. But please use them on separate teams. Don't do what I did. Don't be a fool like me, because these meme teams are only for the memes, only for only for Shrady's channel. Like my channel, I'm mostly focused on teams that people can use and build and climb successfully. The spice is for other people. I'm just not the spice king, or I'm not great with anything. So guys, thank you for watching. If you do enjoy my content, guys, please like the video and share it out to Shrady. Hopefully he sees it and hopefully he enjoys it too. But guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Best of luck. Take care.